What if I told you that some people can literally see colors that you and I would never even know exist? This isn't about a sci-fi movie or a theory, it's actually real. Some people can really see UV light with their bare eyes. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's get some context. Last week, I was watching a Tom Scott video about rainbows. He was talking about how we see rainbows differently to how they really are, that they don't start at red and fade out at violet. He said they actually extend a little bit into infrared and ultraviolet, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, that wasn't unexpected to me. It made sense, and it probably made sense for you as well. But then he mentioned someone, Claude Monet, one of the most famous painters of the last few centuries. I had the same question as you. What does Monet have to do with rainbows? Well, in his video, he mentioned that Monet had a cataract surgery that removed the lens of his eyes. Normally, the lens serves as natural sunglasses. They don't block out light, but they help filtering what gets to your eye by absorbing UV rays. People without them, though, actually see a little bit further into the color spectrum than others normally do. Without his crystalline lens, Monet was one of those people. There's actually a story that at first he was really scared of the surgery. He was hesitant to remove his cataracts because some of his artist colleagues actually lost their vision to the same surgery, but his was a success. So much so that he not only regained his eyesight, albeit with very strong glasses, but he got to see brand new colors and patterns. There are some rumors that you can see this change in perception by looking at his paintings from before and after cataracts. You might not know this, but to bees who famously can see UV light, water lilies actually have a bluish violet aura that people can't normally see. Monet, though, clearly tried to replicate this in his later paintings. Look! As cool as it may sound though, in case you're wondering whether you should remove your crystalline lens to see ultraviolet light, don't. Since 1980, people who get cataracts removed actually get an artificial lens put in that also blocks ultraviolet. Even if you say that you don't get that, not only would it make you need some very expensive glasses, you would also see your vision deteriorate fast if you aren't careful. UV can do a lot of damage to eyesight. Now, you don't have to remove your crystalline to know what UV looks like. I can't really show you in pictures, but I can describe it to you. According to professors Carol Tan and Stark from St. Louis University, its closest visual equivalent is actually a whitish blue, or depending on the wavelengths, a whitish violet. And that makes a lot of sense. Our three color receptors actually have very similar perceptions of ultraviolet. The red and green receptors see basically the same thing, but blue sees it a little bit better. If you've ever used an editing or painting software, you know how computers process light. They use additive mixing, which basically means that if all three RGB colors have the same value, it adds up to white. And if there's even a little bit more of one than the others, it looks like it has a subtle tint in that color. It isn't only bees that can naturally see UV though. Some birds, insects, and even reptiles can use it to make life a bit easier. Birds can have those colors in their plumage, which is useful to attract a mate. Others use it to hunt prey by tracking them down from above, looking for their urine tracks. A bit gross, but honestly, pretty cool. Even if we humans can't naturally see ultraviolet, it's everywhere, and it's crucial to lots of animals. Monet might have had some complications post-surgery, but I bet all of us are at least a little bit curious as to what his world looked like. I know, that isn't the cutest way to end a video, especially having just talked about urine, but I think it's a good way to show that all of that's to say the world that we're used to might not be exactly how we think it is. Each species sees it in a way that's good for them, and it's all of those different animals that keep it such a beautiful place to live. If you think that this video was fun and interesting to watch, consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. It takes a long time to research, record, and edit all this for YouTube, and it really helps if you show your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!